Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitam Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kantarada Kantanamostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Prishabhanasute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते रोमपाद स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चक्या देशतारिणे. So we are going to see the Mukunda Mala Stotra by Kulasekhara Alvar. Kulasekhara is one of the 12 Alvars from the Sri Sampradaya, and he has given this wonderful nectar called Mukunda Mala Stotra. Here he is praying to Mukunda or Krishna, and he is asking for pure devotional service unto Krishna. So this is the common theme in all the Vaishnava Sampradayas. So we are going to try to understand as much as our little intelligence is allowing us in the matter of pure devotional service through the prayers of King Kulasekhara in his very famous Mukunda Mala Stotra. I follow the precepts of the Gaudiya Sampradaya, which is also known as the Sampradaya of Lord Sri Chaitanya. Lord Sri Chaitanya is the most munificent incarnation of Godhead. He is known as Sri Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvise Namaha. So this was the prayer offered by Sri Rupa Goswami to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here he is saying Mahavadanyaya, that means the most munificent incarnation. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. Oh Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you give something that even Krishna did not give completely. That is the Krishna Prema. Amo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine. So here he is saying, Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are non-different from Krishna, or you are none other than Krishna himself. Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvise Namaha. So the presentation of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that he gave the nectar of Krishna Prema, which no other incarnation has ever given before. This is the special feature of the incarnation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he is being worshipped by his followers, the Gaudiya Sampradaya, and he is also well respected among the other Sampradayas. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he travelled from Jagannath Puri all the way to South India, and he visited all the different temples in South India, and he also visited Udupi, and he travelled towards Maharashtra and Gujarat, and he completed his travel back at Jagannath Puri. He stayed in Jagannath Puri for 18 years, and he was completely immersed in Krishna Kirtan, or Sankirtan. So I am a follower, or I am trying to be a follower of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and I will try to present Mukundamala through the teachings of the Gaudiya Sampradaya as much as possible. I will also touch upon the teachings of other Sampradayas wherever I have some knowledge about them, and I must accept my frailties in presenting the Mukundamala Stotra, because I am a very conditioned soul full of arrogance and ignorance and all the different anarthas. So this is my very little humble service to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers, with the single most hope that by their mercy I will come to understand the greatness of pure devotional service someday. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave the Unnatojvala Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam. He gave the Ujjvala Rasa, or the Madhurya Rasa, that is being practiced by the gopis of Vrindavan and especially Srimati Radharani. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the combination of both Krishna and Radharani. So I will try to touch upon some of the prayers that is given by King Kulasekhara, and I beg the mercy of all the devotees that one day some speck of pure devotional service will enter my steel like heart. So the first verse of King Kulasekhara is given here. Sri Vallabheti Varadeti Dayapareti Bhakta Priyeti Bhavalundana Kovideti Nateti Nagashayaneti Jagannivaset Alapanam Pratidinam Kuruma Mukunda Sri Vallabheti Varadeti Dayapareti Bhakta Priyeti Bhavalundana Kovideti Nateti Nagashayaneti Jagannivaset Alapanam Pratidinam Kuruma Mukunda. So King Kulasekhara is praying, O Mukunda, my Lord, please let me become a constant reciter of your names, addressing you as Sri Vallabha, or one who is very dear to Lakshmi, Varada, the bestower of benedictions, Dayapara, he who is causelessly merciful, Bhakta Priya, he who is very dear to his devotees, Bhavalundana Kovida, one who is expert at plundering the status quo of repeated birth and death, Natha, the Supreme Lord, Jagannivasa, the resort of the cosmos, and Nagashayana, the Lord who lies down on the serpent bed. So here King Kulasekhara is praying that let me become a constant reciter of your names. That is his essential prayer in this verse. So let us try to go over some of the words in this verse and try to elaborate a little bit on them as much as my little intelligence is allowing me. Let me give you an anecdote. Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, who is the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, once took the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam and spoke about it for 3 full months. And while he was speaking about the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, he did not repeat any of the points he has considered earlier. So this verse, or any verse from the sacred mouth of the pure devotees, it is fathomless. We can try to understand it as much as our intelligence allows, but practically there is no end to how much understanding each and every verse gives. These verses are non-different from Krishna himself. Therefore, no one can fathom and say that he has mastered a particular verse. It is fathomless and it has no boundaries, and each and every word could be elaborated for months and months and months and years, and still we would not have completely comprehended the meaning of even one word, what to say of one verse. So, the Ananta on whom the Lord is lying is himself incapable of completely explaining the glories of the Lord. So, what to speak of such tiny and small beings like myself? How much can I explain? So, here King Kulasekhara is calling the Lord as Sri Vallabha, or one who is very dear to Lakshmi. Let us try to understand this one verse, Sri Vallabha. So, Sri is none other than Goddess Lakshmi herself, who is seated in the chest of the Lord, and the Lord is very dear to her. So, we have to first understand some context of what this prayer is all about. So, there are so many different ways of getting knowledge. One is Pratyaksha, another is Anumana, and the third one is Shabda Brahman or Shabda Praman. So, different living entities can understand the absolute to different extent, limited by their intelligence. Some are at the Annamaya level, or some can only understand what is food and what is not food. They cannot comprehend anything more than that. And some are in the Jnana Maya platform, some are in the Vijnana Maya platform, and some entities can also understand the absolute at the Anandamaya platform. So, we have to understand that we are ourselves very limited, and we can only understand the absolute as much as we are blessed, or as much as our intelligence can take us.